Hey guys, I basically read 12 books this month. I'm actually reading the 13th book, but I just started, so it doesn't really count. And I have this goal where I read a minimum of 12 books per month, and I'm just glad that I was able to reach that goal for this month, even though it's like a minimum. But anyways, I'm just gonna get on to the books, and the first book that I read was The Diviners by Libba Bray. This book is 600 pages, and if you guys have read my review on the blog, you'd understand how frustrating, disappointing, and boring it was. I gave it 1 star, and I'm just so I'm shocked. Like now looking back at me spending like 6 days reading this book, I'm shocked that I actually stuck through it and read it till the end. But yeah, it was not a good book for me. Next book that I read is Enticed by Jessica Shervington. This book is book number 2 of the Embrace series. There's 4 books, 4 or 5, I'm not sure. But anyways, I loved this book. I gave it 4 stars. I totally liked it way more than Embrace, which is the first book. This book had less of Phoenix, who I really did not enjoy in Embrace. And I felt like the plot was like much smoother, and there was not a lot of boring parts. There was, but they were kind of short and sparse, basically. And I really enjoyed it, and I actually tried to not pick up the 3rd book because the Australian books, the 4 books came out in Australia, but only 2 came out in the US, and I'm just gonna follow the US releases, so I'm gonna wait for the 3rd book. I also read 10 Weeks by Jolene Perry and Jenna Watts. This book talks about, it's 180 pages divided into 3 parts, so 60 pages each, and it talks about 3 girls who are at this camp and they're counselors, and it basically talks, every 60 pages the story goes back to the first day of camp, and it's 10 weeks. So every 60 pages it talks about a girl. And I really liked the first girl. I liked the second girl, but I wasn't that fond of the third girl. And this is a new adult book, and I gave it 3.5, 4 stars. Then I read Meant to Be by Lauren Morel. This book comes out on November 13th, but I really adored the cover, and you can see here Big Ben and stuff, so it's like a foreign country kind of book. The girl travels with her, it was basically a school trip to London, and I did not enjoy that much at the beginning, but towards the end it got really interesting and it was fun and funny, so I gave it 3.5 stars, yeah. Then I read Easy by Tamara Weber, and if you guys, I don't know if you guys know Tamara Weber, but she wrote the Between the Lines trilogy. There are 3 books, and I adored every single one of those books. And then I found out that she has a new adult book that came out, and the ratings are so unbelievable. And I read it, and I fell in love with it, and I wrote a mini review a couple of days ago on the blog, so you guys can check that out. But if you guys like new adult or just want like deep contemporary, not like the shallow girl likes boy and in the end they get together and anything in between is just a filler or whatever. But this book was so amazing, and I really recommend it to YA readers who want to explore the new adult contemporary genre. Then I read The Truth About Faking by Leah T. Moore. This book was good. I felt like it was a bit, like the girl was a bit annoying at the beginning, the plot was a bit immature at the beginning, but it got better, especially the end. It was so random, the ending and stuff, and it was fine. I gave it 3 or 3.5, not sure. Then I read The Other Normals by Ned Vizzeni. This book was just, I was laughing throughout the whole book. Like I was sitting down with like my sister beside me or whatever, and I would crack up every 5 seconds. So I had the actual arc, but I packed everything, so I don't have anything right now. But this book had like very small chapters. Every chapter was like a page or 2 pages long. So it's like you kept on reading, and then you finish a chapter, you go like, oh, the second chapter is only like 2 pages long, and then you read that, and you go like, oh, it's only 1 page, and then you read and you read and you read, and you end up reading like 50 extra pages and staying up like 2 hours later. And I just, it's told from a male's point of view, and the guy's like 15 years old, but and it has a bit of fantasy and all that, but I just really liked Ned's writing. It was funny, it was hilarious, and yes, some people said that there's some tiny inappropriate things, but whatever, it was funny, like, it was just normal jokes, and I really liked his writing. Then I read The Assassin's Curse by Cassandra Rose Clarke, and this book was so good. I could not put this book down, and it's about a pirate and an assassin who basically does magic. And the girl's the pirate and the guy's the assassin, and I love this book. I've never read a pirate book, and the mix of pirates, of a pirate and an assassin, and like the journey they go through and the curse they have to break and stuff, it was really good. And I just adore the cover. It reminds me of Aladdin a bit, you know, with the whole Arabian architecture and stuff, and then there's like the whole pirate, pirate boat. But anyways, I love this book. I gave it 4.5 stars. I gave the other normals 4 stars. Then I read Death and the Girl Next Door by Dorinda Jones, and this book was a disappointment to me. I gave it 2.5 stars. The plot was so random, and things would start and things would stop, and I really didn't enjoy it that much. The love interest was like boring, predictable, lame for me. And there's no love triangle, but I did not like this book. 2.5 stars. Then I read Slammed by Colleen Hoover. This book got picked up by Simon & Schuster, and so I got it off NetGalley. And the cover is not really that tempting, but when you start the book, you just literally cannot put the book down. Like, I'm using the proper usage for the word literally, because I literally could not put the book down. And I finished it in like, I remember I woke up like at 3 a.m. at night, and I didn't feel like going back to sleep, so I just picked up this book and started reading, and I read up till 5 a.m, and then I had to sleep, and I had to wake up like at 7 a.m. for university. So this was how addicting this book was. And if you contemporary fans, like, if you have not read this book, then I don't know, go pick it up right now, go buy it, go buy a hardback if there is, because I am definitely buying one. So 5 stars, obviously. Then I read the second book because I couldn't wait, and it is Point of Retreat, also by Colleen Hoover. This is told from the guy's point of view. The first book is told from the girl's point of view. While I didn't enjoy this as much as Slammed, it was also really, really good, and I gave it 4.5 stars. And the last book that I read was Dante's Girl by Courtney Cole. And this book is also like a foreign country kind of book. The plot had a lot of promise, but I felt like at times it got a bit cliched, and then you see that promise again, and then again the cliche emerges, some type of cliche. So while I did enjoy it, I had a lot of issues with it, and I gave it 3 or 3.5 stars. And the last book that I'm currently reading is Breaking Point by Kristen Simmons. This is book number 2 of Article 5, and I just read 60 pages in one sitting right now, and yeah, nothing much happens, but I'm so excited for this book. I really loved Article 5. While I had issues with the female protagonist, I really did like it. And these are all the books, so 12 books, yay! And I'm hoping to be able to read at least this much next month. I don't have as many review books, so I'm just going to be chilling and reading like non-review books. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And I know I will be picking up City of Bones. I will read that book. I'm kind of excited for that one. And that's it. Have a nice day, and link me below for your wrap-ups. I would love to see them, and look out for my TBR. I just need to think of some books that I want to read for next month. And that's it. Bye guys.